Hello friends, welcome to Affairs Cloud Learn to Lead. This is Ashu and today we will discuss very important current affairs of 23rd of June 2021. You can see two best images of the day, but today we will discuss very important and the most important current affair. So watch this video till last, but I am requesting you all the students that you can download our application that named as Careers Cloud, and link of this application is given in the description box. And guys, you can log in with your email ID. After login, you can click on this crack current affair section if you want to subscribe for 1 year validity as well as for 2 year validity. Guys, we are providing the current affairs which will cover 90 to 95% of that current affairs which will come in your exam. This is the genuinity, this is the hard work of Affairs Cloud team. How we will cover this current affair section? We will cover daily current affairs. In the daily current affairs section, you will receive three type of the current affairs. One is detail, second is the question and answer format, third is the quiz section which you can attempt on our application on daily basis. Next is the weekly section. In the weekly, again, you will receive three type of things. One is detailed current affair, second is the question and answer format of current affair, and third is the quiz section which you can attempt on our application on weekly basis. But guys, the most important section is the monthly, and we are providing four type of PDFs. One is the detailed current affairs of particular month, question and answer format of current affairs, best 100 current affairs in the form of question and answer, and pocket PDF. It means 2-liners and the 3-liners current affair will be given to you so that you can revise the current affairs in easy format before your exam. But to enhance your performance, we are also providing topic wise current affair. We are covering 20 most important topics so that every type of exam can be covered. And if you want to revise, you can say one topic related news from just single PDF, then you can use this type of section. And guys, if you're a banking aspirant, then we are providing three things. One is detailed current affair and question and answer format of current affair only related to banking and economy. And third thing we are providing, that is the quiz section which you can attempt on an application on the monthly basis. If you want to revise all the past current affairs of 2021, like 5 to 6 months current affair from just single PDF, then this PDF is for you, which is known as exam PDF. We are also providing budget and economic survey. We are also providing expected question and answer which examiner can ask from budget and economic survey. If you are appearing in any state exam, then we are also providing state current affair, and we are covering every state and union territory. So guys, there is no different subscription. We are providing all these things just under one subscription. You have to just download our application. You have to log in with your email ID, and you can click on this crack current affair section. After clicking on this section, you can subscribe for 1 year validity as well as for 2 year validity. Both the subscription prices are very much low. If you see the price, you will definitely surprise. And on that minimal price, we are providing 10% extra discount. If you use this code ASH10, then you will get 10% extra discount. And guys, you can reach us on this email ID. You can call us on this number if you have any type of query. So let's begin today's session, that is 23rd of June 2021. But I'm requesting you all the students that you have to like this video, you have to share this video as maximum as possible, and you have to subscribe this channel if you're new on this platform. You can join our Telegram group from the description box link. So let's start today's session with the most important question section, and here is the first question. Who has been named as an ambassador of Forest Frontline Heroes by WWF India? The most important thing under this question, you have to remember this ambassador of Forest Frontline Heroes by WWF stands for World Wide Fund for Nature India. And answer of this question is Upasana Kamineni. You can see here the picture of Upasana, and she was named as the ambassador of Forest Frontline Heroes of WWF India, or you can say Worldwide Fund for Nature India. And you can also see here she is currently working as a managing director of Apollo Life. Upasana, a renowned businessman lady and vice chairperson of this corporate social responsibility of Apollo Hospital. She is also the founder of one organization which is known as Your Life. As an ambassador, she will support the forest field staff by focusing on several Indian states, mostly eco-regions, and the conservation of nature areas like forest and wetlands, and even increase in wildlife numbers are a result of the efforts of the forest department staff who have tirelessly been protecting and managing these areas. Now question arises why she was chosen as an ambassador of Forest Frontline Heroes, because it is just to recognize the efforts of the frontline workers or field level forest staff protecting wildlife and habitat. So it is to recognize the efforts of the frontline workers. So the most important thing you have to remember, the ambassador of Forest Frontline Heroes, answer is Upasana Kamineni. But other options are again very important here. You can see here the first option is A.R. Rahman. A.R. Rahman recently became the brand ambassador of BAFTA Breakthrough. You have to remember BAFTA Breakthrough. Vishwanathan Anand. he was also chosen as the brand ambassador of Worldwide Fund India Environment. Worldwide Fund India Environment. So the organization is same, but it is for the environment. You have to remember. Shefali Verma recently appointed as the brand ambassador of PepsiCo. So again, very important company, PepsiCo. So you have to remember these three brand ambassadors which are related to, you can say, the some type of the organization or some type of company. And guys, one thing more you have to read under this news, that is WWF India. This is not so much important, but you have to read this. It was established in 1969 as Worldwide Fund India, and president is Arvind Wable, but it is not important. Headquarters is in New Delhi. Again, I am saying it is not important. You have to just read this. Now we can move to the next question. Which company has been recognized as Great Place to Work for the 15th year in a row? That is a good achievement by this company. Recognized as a Great Place to Work for the 15th year in a row by the Great Place to Work Institute. So answer of this question is NTPC. NTPC stands for National Thermal Power Corporation. You can see here NTPC ranked India's top 50 best companies to work for 2021, and under the category of India's Great Place to Work, NTPC ranked 38th position from its 47th position in the 2020. It means in 2020 it was in the 47th rank, but in 2021 it was ranked on the 38th position out of the 50 best you can say the best companies for the Great Place to Work. And it has also won the first ever recognition of India's best employers among nation builders 2021 from the organization Great Place to Work. You can see here it was the only PSU to feature consistently among the India's top 50 best workplaces, and it was ranked on the 38th position out of the 47th position of 2020, and the first ever recognition of India's best employers among the nation builders 2021 from the Great Place to Work institution. And guys, you can remember this Great Place to Work institution belongs to United States of America. And recently this organization NTPC also won Confederation of Indian Industries HR Excellence Role Model Award in March 2021. You can also remember this because this is again very important question. And this Confederation of Indian Industry HR Excellence Role Model Award was basically the highest award in the field of people management in the country, and this award was given to NTPC in March 2021. So you can remember this question in the awards category. And guys, you can also remember about NTPC. NTPC was basically established in 1975. Its headquarters is in New Delhi, and its CMD, or you can say the chairman and managing director, is Gurdeep Singh. So I think all the things are now covered. Moving to next question. Who has been elected as the new chief prosecutor of the International Criminal Court? So two keywords are most important under this question. One is the new chief prosecutor for which organization? International Criminal Court. This organization again very important. So answer of this question is B, Karim Khan. You can see here the face of Karim Khan, and he was sworn in as the International Criminal Court chief prosecutor. So this person was elected by its member countries, and he is elected for a time period of 9 years, because the time period of International Criminal Court judge as well as the prosecutor is 9 years. So Karim Khan has previously served as prosecutor, investigator and defense attorney in the international courts. So he was elected for the time period of 9 years, and he was known for the United Nations investigations made in the crimes by the Islamic State. He has defended many famous personalities, including the former Liberian President Charles Taylor and Kenyan Deputy President William Ruto at the International Court. So that's why he became the prosecutor at the International Criminal Court. Guys, you can also remember about International Criminal Court. Very important. Total judges in the International Criminal Courts are 15. The time period of judges 9 years. Even the prosecutor time period is also 9 years. Its headquarters is in Hague, Netherlands, and this organization was basically founded in the year of 2002. And how many member countries or member states are there? 123 are the member states. So you have to remember how many judges? 15, and the time period of judges 9 years. It was established in 2002. Headquarters is in Hague, Netherlands. Member states are 123. And this International Criminal Court is the first and the only permanent international court with jurisdiction to prosecute individuals for the international crimes crimes of genocides, crime against humanity, war crimes, and the crime of aggression. So you can also remember even Kulbhushan Yadav case is also going in International Criminal Court, that linked with the Pakistan and the India. So you can remember about International Criminal Court. Guys, another options here are very, very important. Like you can see here, the first option is Subodh Kumar Jaiswal. He was recently appointed as the president of, or you can say the director of Center Bureau of Investigation for the time period of 2 years. Yoweri Museveni, very important appointment because he was recently appointed as the president of which country? President of Uganda, and he was appointed for the 6th time period. It means for the 6th term. Narendra Batra, very important appointment. This question will come in SBIJA. He was recently appointed as the president of International Hockey Federation, or you can say FIH. So all the appointments are very, very important. Moving to next question. So all the most important questions are now covered. We are moving to very important questions, but you have to like this video, share this video as maximum as possible, and please subscribe this channel if you are new on this platform. And guys, you can join our Telegram group from the description box link. And here is the first question in the very important section. Which company and Tata Group partnered to implement 5G network solutions for India? So this question is very important because this is the first time that 5G network solutions will be provided for India, and this company is Tata Group and Bharti Airtel. It means Bharti Airtel and Tata Group have announced a strategic partnership for implementing Made in India 5G network solutions for India. And guys, you can see here the 5G technology will be based on ORAN. ORAN stands for Open Radio Access Network, and it is also based on the, you can say, the standalone core technology. The Tata Group has developed the this ORAN technology, and this technology was developed by Tata Group indigenously, and the uses of this ORAN technology reduces network cost by around 40%, and it is more efficient than the other technologies. And the solution will be rolled out initially for India and the subsequently for the export countries. And the Bharti Airtel has already partnered with the TCS or Tata Consultancy Services for the system integration as well as offering technology. So guys, you have to just remember the question as in slide. This is the important thing. The main keyword is 5G network solution by the Tata Group and the Bharti Airtel. So which technology will be used? It is Open Radio Access Network. And you can also remember about Bharti Airtel. Chairman is Sunil Bharti Mittal. Sunil Bharti Mittal, headquarters is in New Delhi. And Tata Group, I think all the students know about Tata Group. The chairman of Tata Group is the chairman of the board of Tata Sons is basically Natarajan Chandrasekharan. Headquarters is in Mumbai. Now we can move to the next question. Which state has generated the highest employment in India under the IBPS scheme, that is India's Business Process Outsourcing Promotion Scheme? So you have to remember two important keywords. One is the IBPS scheme, and second, the state which generated highest number of employment under this scheme. So answer of this question is Andhra Pradesh. D is the answer. You can see here Andhra Pradesh tops the new job creation under IBPS scheme. Tamil Nadu ranks the second position. It means second rank goes to Tamil Nadu, and the third rank goes to Punjab, fourth rank goes to Odisha, but you don't have to remember. You have to just remember the first and second. And Tamil Nadu basically created almost 9,401 jobs, but Andhra Pradesh almost created 12,234 jobs, and Visakhapatnam in Andhra Pradesh received the distinction for providing employment to a large number of youth under this scheme. And guys, the IBPS scheme was launched in 2014. You can remember the scheme was launched in 2014 under Digital India program to incentivize establishment of 48,300 seats under BPO or ITS. BPO stands for Business Process Outsource, or the Information Technology Enabled Service operation across India. So its main aim to create employment opportunity for the youth by promoting you can say information technology or the information technology enabled services industry. And even you can say a new body was created, that is Software Technology Parks of India. An autonomous body under the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology is the nodal implementing agency of the scheme, and it is distributed among each state in promotion of the state population with an outlay of 493 crore rupees. So Visakhapatnam to become software product development city. This you have to remember because Visakhapatnam is set to become the software product development city after the launch of Center of Excellence on Industry 4.0, and it is first of its kind in India, and it will be set up inside the it is basically a corporate entity of the Visakhapatnam steel plant. So you have to remember Visakhapatnam to become software product development city. So the question is very simple. You can remember this question as in slide. Now we can move to the next question. former Indian women captain of which game Nirmal Kaur passed away? So recently, Milkha Singh was passed away, and Nirmal Kaur was wife of Milkha Singh. And the answer of this question is volleyball. She was basically the captain of volleyball team, and she was also passed away. So Milkha Singh passed away. His wife also passed away. You can see here she was the wife of sprinter legend Milkha Singh. Even she was also died due to a COVID-19 complication in Punjab, and she served as the director of sports for women in Punjab government. She also worked as the joint director sports Chandigarh and director sports Chandigarh after her retirement from the Punjab government. And Milkha Singh wrote about Nirmal Kaur is the chapter The Jewels of My Crown in his autobiography The Race of My Legend in 2013, which he wrote with his daughter Sonia. So you can also remember The Race of My Life is an autobiography of Milkha Singh. We already covered this question in the Milkha Singh news. So now we can move to the next question. You have to remember the wife of Milkha Singh, Nirmal Kaur, also died, and she was the captain of the volleyball team. So now we can move to next question. Who collaborated with Indian Green Building Council to formulate world's first green rating system for the high-speed rails? So it is very important news, and this is the first time that this thing is happening, that there will be a rating system for the high-speed rails, or you can say the bullet trains. And answer of this question is National High-Speed Rail Corporation. So answer of this question is B. So you can see here NHSRC collaborates with the IGBC to formulate the green rating system for high-speed rail. IGBC stands for Indian Green Building Council, and this NHSRC stands for National High Speed Rail Corporation. And you can also see here Mumbai Ahmedabad High Speed Rail Corridor included for the green HSR rating program of the IGBC. In simple word, you can say that under this collaboration, this Mumbai Ahmedabad High Speed Rail Corridor, which is currently under the control of NHSRC, or you can say the National High Speed Rail Corporation, will be included for the green HSR rating program of the Indian Green Building Council. And this IGBC will frame green HSR rating for the railway stations also. So they will also rate the high speed rails, and they will also rate the railway stations that provide environmental stability feature to improve computer experiences. And guys, NDSRC will execute India's first bullet train project. That project basically linked to Ahmedabad and Mumbai. So remember, first India's bullet train project between Ahmedabad and Mumbai, and it is a special purpose vehicle that will be executed by NHSRC or NHSRCL. So you have to remember this information, or you can just remember the question as in slide. And National High Speed Rail Corporation Limited was established in 2016, but you have to remember who is currently the chairman. Chairman is Suneet Sharma. And he is also the chairman and CEO of the Indian Railway Board. And Indian Green Building Council, its headquarters is in Hyderabad, Telangana, and chairperson is V. Suresh. But this organization is not important. You have to just remember the Suneet Sharma. This is important. Moving to next question. Who will become the brand ambassador of OnePlus wearables? OnePlus is very renowned, you can say, the mobile making company, and OnePlus wearables are now very commonly known to everyone. And who become the brand ambassador of this OnePlus wearables? Answer of this question is Jasprit Bumrah. So you can see here, very famous fast bowler of India. OnePlus ropes in Jasprit Bumrah as the brand ambassador for the wearables. So as the brand ambassador of OnePlus, Jasprit Bumrah will do 360-degree campaign starting with the digital film on the OnePlus India, YouTube and the Instagram. In the view of resonating with OnePlus brand philosophy of never settle and the company's pursuit towards the perfection, Jasprit Bumrah has been chosen as he seems to believe in the constantly becoming better. So Jasprit Bumrah is right arm fast bowler who plays the Indian national cricket team in all formats of the game, and very talented player. But guys, you can also remember the other options here. These are again very, very important. Washington Sundar and Devdutt Padikal recently became the brand ambassador of Puma India. Vidut Jamal, very famous actor, especially for the bodybuilding, and he became the brand ambassador of very famous protein company which is known as Muscle Blaze. So you can also remember these brand ambassadors. Moving to next question. A book titled My Joys and Sorrows as a Mother of a Special Child, authored by whom? So guys, the most important thing under this question, that this book is released by Union Minister of Health and Family Welfare, Dr. Harshvardhan ji. And this book titled as My Joys and Sorrows as a Mother of Special Child, and this book is written by Dr. Krishna Saxena. You can see here Dr. Harshvardhan ji, Dr. Krishna Saxena. And who is Dr. Krishna Saxena? Dr. Krishna Saxena was the first woman to get PhD degree, Doctor of Philosophy, from Lucknow University in 1955. So you can remember, she is the first woman to get PhD degree from the Lucknow University in 1955. She has written a number of books which include novels, stories and essays. So that's why Union Minister of Health and Family Welfare, Dr. Harshvardhan ji, launched this book. And guys, you can see here, this is the cover page of this book, and this book is specially mentions about the journey of Dr. Krishna Saxena and her disabled son Shiv. So you can see here, it is an basically autobiography written in the conversational and easygoing style, and it is a journey of Dr. Krishna Saxena and her disabled son Shiv. And she was the first woman to get a PhD degree from the Lucknow University in 1955, and she has written a number of books which include novels, stories and essays. And the book is full of beautiful photographs, includes some black and whites ones which have historical significance. So guys, you have to just remember the name of the book and you have to remember who wrote this book. These two things are very important under this question. And guys, you can remember the other options because recently Meghan Markle wrote her first book. The name of the book is The Bench. This question is important and this question can come in the SBI. Nitin Gokhale, he wrote about the Manohar Parrikar life. Manohar Parrikar, the past Defense Minister of India and also the Chief Minister of Goa. Brilliant mind and simple life, Manohar Parrikar. Jatendra Mishra, he wrote about Begum Akhtar. That's why the book name is Akhtari, the life and music of Begum Akhtar. So all the books are again very important. The most important under these options are Meghan Markle's book, The Bench. Now we are moving to next question. What will be the name of the first memoir which was written by American actor Will Smith? So again, the actor was very famous, even currently he is very famous, Will Smith. And this book named after the name of Will Smith, so answer of this question is Will. So it means this question chances are very less because the answer is basically in between the names. Will Smith wrote a book which is known as Will. It is the first memoir of this actor, and this actor belongs to America, United States of America. You can see here the Will Smith, I think many students know, and this is the cover page of the book. And Will Smith is basically very famous actor for the movies like My Pursuit of Happiness, Bad Boys, Men in Black, and Will Smith announced the release of his memoir titled Will. And guys, you can see here this book is co-written by Mark Manson. So this question can be asked if examiner want to put this question. And this book is published by Penguin Press. This can also be asked. Story about the life and career of the Will Smith. So by default, this book is related to this person. And he will also narrate the audio book of Will from Penguin Random House Audio, because this book is published by Penguin Press, and the book features about the story about the life and the career of the Will Smith. So the book features Will Smith's journey from being raised in the West Philadelphia to becoming a Hollywood star and the rapper. So you can remember this. Now we can move to next question, but before that you have to remember the name of the book, you have to remember the name of the actor. Moving to next question. Which company has partnered with Retailio to provide working capital loans? So the very important keyword here is the name of the company, that is Retailio. Retailio is a business-to-business healthcare marketplace, and it is to provide working capital loans to more than 1 lakh retailers and distributors across the country. And the company who tied up with the Retailio, it is flexiloans.com. So you have to remember flexiloans.com. Its main aim to fund over 15,000 pharma retailers in the next 18 months. So you can see here, Retailio is a business-to-business healthcare marketplace, and it is to provide working capital loans to more than 1 lakh retailers. And its main aim to fund over 15,000 pharma retailers in the next 18 months, or you can say 1.5 years. And its funding for working capital will be done digitally. And access to wide range of lenders and seamless digital onboarding will be provided to the retailers on Retailio through Flexi Loans co-lending platform by Forest. But you don't have to remember this information. Funding for working capital will be done digitally within 24 to 48 hours of applying for a loan. It means you can apply loan on the digital platform. It enables the pharmacists to cater to the increasing demand for healthcare products and the stock holding period. And the most important thing here is the name of the company, that is Flexi Loan. Flexi Loan is an online lending platform which provides quick, flexible and adequate funds to the small and medium enterprises. It was established in 2016. Its headquarters is in Mumbai, and it was founded by four very famous entrepreneurs. One is the Deepak Jain, Abhishek Kothari, Manisha Lunia, and Ritesh Jain. But you don't have to remember these names. You have to remember its headquarters in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Now we are moving to the next question. Next is SBI General Insurance signed banca insurance pact with which bank? So whenever insurance company signed a pact with the banca insurance pact with any bank, it means the insurance company want to sell their insurance products to the bank customers. If the bank is signing banca insurance pact with the any insurance company, it means bank want to sell their products to the insurance company customers. So answer of this question is IDFC First. So in simple word, you can say that SBI General Insurance Company want to sell their non-life insurance product to the IDFC First Bank customers. So in this regard, a corporate agency agreement was signed between the two entities. So through this agreement, SBI General Insurance will assess the IDFC First Bank's larger customers base, resulting in wider penetration of its insurance products through the digital first approach. And what is a banca insurance? I already told you that it is a collaboration between the insurance company and the bank, under which the former sells the insurance products to the bank customers base, and this will benefit the bank too, as it gets a commission amount from the insurance company. But guys, you have to remember about IDFC First Bank. IDFC First was basically merged in 2018 because there are two entities. One is the IDFC, second is the Capital First. So both the banks merged and it will become the IDFC First, and it was merged in 2018. And its managing director and CEO is Vaidyanathan. V. Vaidyanathan, or you can just remember the V. Vaidya. Headquarters is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. But you can also remember about SBI General Insurance. SBI General Insurance headquarters is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Tagline is Suraksha aur Bharosa dono. Suraksha aur Bharosa dono. It means you can say the security and belief both. And its managing director and CEO is Prakash Chandra Kandpal. Prakash Chandra Kandpal. He is currently the you can say the managing director and CEO of the SBI General Insurance. So these things are very, very important. Now we can move to the next question. Which state government and Survey of India have signed an MOU for implementation of Swamitav scheme? So the most important thing under this question is this scheme, which is known as Swamitav. Swamitav, guys, stands for Survey of Villages and Mapping with Improvised Technology in Village Area. Improvised technology stands for like drones technology. So it means the survey of villages will be done through the drones. And this state government is Assam, who tied up with the Survey of India to for the survey of the villages with the improved technology. And you can see here, Survey of India links MOU with the government of Assam, and it is for the implementation of Swamitav scheme. You can see here, Swamitav stands for Survey of Villages and Mapping with the Improvised Technology in the Village Area. Survey of India and Survey of Inhabited Rural Land by the drone technology. This will be done by the Survey of. And even Survey of India will also establish ground-based control station to enable detailed spatial database for the properties in the rural areas. And it will reduce property-related disputes and the legal cases, especially in the Assam, because we are targeting the Assam state. And the scheme is launched on the 24th of April 2020, and it was launched by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Under this scheme, entire village properties are surveyed by drone and property card distributed to the owners. And what is the target? Target is to cover around 6.62 lakh villages of India during the period of 2021 to 25. And its main objective to provide rural people with the right to document their residential properties, because so many lands are there in the rural area which basically not belongs to anyone. So that's why it provides the rural people with the right to document their residential property so that they can use their property for the economic purposes. And implementing agency is Ministry of Panchayati Raj, and technological partner is Survey of India. So you have to remember these things, because the Swamitav scheme is very, very important. And who is the Union Minister of Panchayati Raj? It is Narendra Singh Tomar. And Narendra Singh Tomar constituency is Morena, Madhya Pradesh. And you can also remember about Survey of India, guys. Survey of India, this organization is important. You can see here, Survey of India. And its Surveyor General of India is Naveen Tomar. Naveen Tomar. It means the head of this organization is Naveen Tomar. Headquarters is in Dehradun. Dehradun is in Uttarakhand. It was established in 1767. It is the oldest scientific department of Government of India. And guys, you can also remember about Assam. Chief Minister is Himant Biswa Sharma, who was recently appointed. Governor is Jagdish Mukhi. Capital is Dispur. And guys, you can also remember there are now 7 national parks in Assam. 7 are like Kaziranga National Park, very famous, Manas National Park, Nameri National Park, Next is you can say Dibru-Saikova. Dibru-Saikova is also one of the biosphere reserve of India. Rajiv Gandhi Orang National Park, or you can just remember Orang National Park. Next is Raimona National Park. This was also added recently. So these are the 6 national park. But 7th, who was recently added, we covered this question in the very important section, Dehing Patkai. So you have to remember Dehing Patkai become the 7th national park of Assam. This is again very, very important question. And there are so many wildlife sanctuaries in Assam, but you have to remember the national parks. Moving to next question. Which state government relaunched the revised Krishak Bandhu scheme, a financial scheme for the farmers? It means the financial assistance will be provided to farmers under the Krishak Bandhu scheme. It was started by the West Bengal government, but before election it was ended, and now it was relaunched. So answer of this question is West Bengal. So you have to remember the keyword here is the Krishak Bandhu. Krishak stand for the farmer and Bandhu stand for brother. You can see here financial scheme for the farmers of the welfare for the West Bengal. And under the revised scheme, the annual benefits have been doubled from 5,000. It means earlier the 5,000 rupees will be provided to farmers, but now it is 10,000 rupees will be provided to the farmers with 1 acre or the more cultivable land. 10,000 rupees now will be provided. And it will cover around 68 lakh small and marginal farmers which will be benefited from the scheme. And guys, this scheme was earlier started in the West Bengal, but now it was relaunched. You have to remember this. And revised Krishak Bandhu scheme will be benefited around 60 lakh farmers. You can, the exact number is 68.38 lakh small and marginal farmers. And under the scheme, the farmers with less than 1 acre of cultivable land will also get a minimum benefit of rupees 4,000 per year. 4,000 per year if the land is less than 1 acre, but it should be the cultivable land. Earlier, this benefit was 2,000 per year, but now it is 4,000 per year. As 290 crore rupees were released to the farmers, and it is for the assistance as a part of Krishak Bandhu scheme by the West Bengal government. The amount of Krishak Bhatta also increased from 750 rupees to 1000 rupees. It means the extra remuneration which will be provided to the farmers, it is 750 rupees earlier, but now it is 1000 rupees. The benefit also provided to the 1 lakh farmers across the West Bengal. So you have to remember the Chief Minister of the West Bengal, by default it is Mamata Banerjee. And governor is, you can remember because there is a dispute between governor of the West Bengal and the Chief Minister, that is Jagdeep Dhankar. Jagdeep Dhankar, you can remember. And there are very famous national parks in the West Bengal. I am writing here because there is a blank space. Like Buxa Tiger Reserve is there, Gorumara Tiger Reserve, Gorumara National Park is very famous, and Jaldapada National Park is also there, Neora Valley National Park, Singalila, and very famous is Sundarbans National Park. So I am repeating again: Buxa, Gorumara, Jaldapada, Neora Valley, Singalila, and Sundarbans National Park. So we covered 6 national parks in West Bengal. Moving to next question. In which state 3 centers of excellence inaugurated under Indo-Israel Agriculture Project? So very important question, because 3 centers of excellence are basically provided for the horticulture, and it is under the Indo-Israel Agriculture Project, and this state is Karnataka. And guys, these 3 center of excellence, one is for the mango, second is the pomegranate, and third is for the vegetable. You don't have to remember the locations if you don't belongs to Karnataka. If you belongs to Karnataka, then the exact locations, one is Kolar, second is Bagalkot, and third is Dharwad. You have to remember these locations. And it is inaugurated by Union Minister Narendra Singh Tomar, and who is currently the Union Minister of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. And the Center of Excellence for Mango was established with the outlay of 198 lakh rupees, and the center government also provided some amount. And the pomegranate was basically established with the outlay of 343 crore, and vegetables Center of Excellence was established with the 500 lakh. You don't have to remember these figures. The joint venture will in future look at the adoption of villages to demonstrate innovation developed in these Center of Excellence. So the main reason behind setting up of this Center of Excellence, it is being done to implement advanced Israel agrotechnology in the field of horticulture. So especially you have to remember it is field for the horticulture, with a goal of doubling the farmers' income, especially by the year of 2022. And it is with the 29 operational center of excellence across India in 12 states. So you have to remember currently 29 center of excellence are there in the 12 states, and the technology is being implemented through mission for integrated development of horticulture between India and Israel. And these center of excellence have the capacity of 50,000 grafts production and 25 lakh vegetable seeding production annually. So you have to remember these three center of excellence was established in Karnataka. Now moving to next question, but you have to remember about the Karnataka. Very famous national parks are there in Karnataka. One is Bandipur National Park, very famous. Kudremukh is also very famous, you can say, iron ore mine, and one of the very famous national park. Kali Tiger Reserve is there. Dandeli National Park. Banerghatta. Anyone left? Nagarhole National Park is also there. So Bandipur, Kudremukh, Kali, Dandeli, Banerghatta and Nagarhole. These are very famous national parks in the Karnataka. And you have to remember the Karnataka Chief Minister is Yediyurappa ji and Governor is Vajubhai Vala. So remember this. Moving to next question. How much Pradhan Mantri Bharatiya Janaushadhi Kendras will be established at the end of 2024? So very simple question. You can just remember the question as in slide. Answer of this question is C, 10,000. And it will be established at the end of 2024. First of all, you have to remember what are these Pradhan Mantri Bharatiya Janaushadhi Kendras. Basically, these are the, you can say, the centers or the kendras to support the public to get access to quality generic medicine at affordable prices. And all the districts across India are covered under this Pradhan Mantri Bharatiya Janaushadhi Kendras. And currently there are total almost, I am just rounding off the figures, 7,800, almost 1,700, basically it is more than 7,800 Pradhan Mantri Jan Aushadhi Kendras are currently now, but it will be established at the figure of 10,000 by the end of 2024. So exact number is 7,836, and its main aim to support the public to get access to the quality generic medicines at affordable price. And you can also remember this was way back like in 2008 when this Pharma Advisory Forum was set up in 2008, decided to launch this Prime Minister or Pradhan Mantri Bharatiya Janaushadhi Kendras. It was launched, decided to launch in 2008 when Congress was there. And the Bureau of Pharma, you can say the public sector unit of India, established in December 2008, and it is the implementation agency of the Pradhan Mantri Bharatiya Janaushadhi Kendras. Now we are moving to next question. Which Indian Navy ship was adjudged as the best ship of the Eastern Fleet at the Fleet Awards function 2021? So guys, this question is not so much important, but this is one of type of the award, so that's why we are covering. Which Indian ship was adjudged as the best ship of the Eastern Fleet at the Fleet Awards function 2021? So answer of this question is INS or Indian Navy ship Sahyadri. So remember, answer of this question is B. And this was held to mark the culmination of the operation cycle of the Eastern Fleet, and it is to recognize the achievement of the sword arm of the Eastern Naval Command. So it is not so much important, but you have to remember the best ship which was adjudged as the INS Sahyadri. Moving to the next section, it is our important question section. You have to like this video, share this video, and you have to subscribe this channel if you are new on this platform. And guys, please join our Telegram group from the description box link. Here is the question. Who launched the Indian certification of the medical devices 13485 plus scheme? So the important thing under this question is this Indian certification of the medical devices 13485 plus scheme. This scheme is for undertaking verification of the quality, safety and effectiveness of the medical devices in India. It is for the medical devices in India. And this is Quality Council of India who launched this scheme. You can see here Indian certification for the medical device plus scheme. It is launched by Quality Council of India, and it is Indian certification of medical devices, and it is also known as the plus scheme. So you have to remember this scheme is known as plus scheme. And for verification of quality, safety and effectiveness of the medical devices in India. And this scheme is the first scheme in the world in which quality management systems along with the product certification standards are integrated with the regulatory requirements. You can see here, first scheme in the world, quality management system is there and product certification standards are also there. And the scheme will be an end-to-end quality assurance scheme for the medical devices. And this is the first sector. This is the first time this scheme is implemented under the pharmaceutical sector in India, and it provides the institutional mechanism needed for assuring product quality and safety. And it will help in tracking changes like counterfeit products, fake certification, and help in eliminating the circulation and use of the substandard medical products or devices. So overall, you can say in simple word that we want to improve the health sector, especially the medical devices, and we want to eliminate the fake products and the fake certification and the counterfeit products from the market, especially related to the health sector. So you have to remember about Quality Council of India. Quality Council of India head office is in New Delhi, and it is an autonomous body, comes under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, and its chairperson is Adil Zainubai. Remember Adil Zainubai. You can just remember the Adil. Now we can move to the next question. Which ministry launched a nationwide campaign, Jaan hai to Jahan hai campaign? So you have to just remember the name of this campaign, and this is launched by Ministry of Minority Affairs. It means I am talking about Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi. So this campaign is launched to create awareness about corona vaccination in the rural and the remote areas in India. That why the vaccination is important. And the Minority Affairs Minister, you can see here Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi ji, and he launched this Jaan Hai to Jahan Hai campaign. And it is to create awareness corona vaccination in the rural and remote areas in India. And the campaign was launched from the Primary Health Center in Uttar Pradesh, and it is to eliminate the rumors and apprehensions related to the ongoing vaccination, drive the fake news related to the vaccinations, so we can eliminate these fake news. And India has two homegrown vaccines for the coronavirus. One is the Covishield, second is the Covaxin. You have to remember Covishield was manufactured by Serum Institute of India in partnership with the AstraZeneca, and Covishield is basically developed using the whole version inactivated Varocell derived platform technology. But you don't have to just remember, you have to remember it is prepared by Serum Institute of India. Next is Covaxin. It is India's indigenously COVID-19 vaccine manufactured by Bharat Biotech, and it is developed in collaboration with the Indian Council of Medical Research, National Institute of Virology. So this is important. So Ministry of Minority Affairs, Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi ji, he is currently the member of Rajya Sabha from Jharkhand. So moving to the one-liner important point, here is the first point. World not on track to reduce suicide mortality rate by 2030. It is World Health Organization report. So recently, World Health Organization represented a report which is named as Suicide Worldwide in 2019. And according to this report, more than 7 lakh people died by suicide in 2019, because it is a data of 2019. It means 1 in every 100 deaths are basically due to suicide, and more than 58% of the global suicides have occurred below or before the age of 50 years. It means the young people are basically dying due to suicide, and suicide is the 4th leading cause of the death all over world, because among 15 to 29 years old, after road injury, tuberculosis and interpersonal violence, suicide is the 4th leading cause of death. And this report is given by World Health Organization, headquarters in Geneva, Director General is Dr. Tedros. Next, Armenian Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan wins general election. So you have to just remember who become the president of Armenia, and the name is Nikol Pashinyan. And you can say he not basically become the president, he become the prime minister, not president, guys, because this country is parliamentary country. So that's why parliamentary election took place, and he secured 53, almost 54% votes. And while the opposition Armenian alliance led former Armenian president Robert Kocharyan trailed by only 21% votes. So you have to remember who become the new prime minister of Armenia, that is Nikol Pashinyan. And guys, you can remember about Armenia. Armenia's capital is Yerevan, or Yerevan, and currency is Dram, and only 2 things are important. Next is Ajay Puri, re-elected as COAI chairman for 2021-22. So the very important thing under this line is COAI, Cellular Operations Association of India, has re-elected Ajay Puri, Chief Operating Officer of Bharti Airtel, as the chairman of Industry Association for 2021-22. It means for the time period of 1 year. And Pramod Kumar Mittal, President of Reliance Jio Info Communication, will be the vice chairman of this association. So you don't have to remember, you have to just remember the name of the Ajay Puri and this organization. This is known as Cellular Operations Association of India. Next, Muthoot Financial Corporation acquired 54% stake in the Paymetrics. So Paymetrics is a Hyderabad, Telangana based financial technological startup, and this is acquired by financial service provider Muthoot Financial Corporation. You have to remember Muthoot FinCorp is a non-banking financial company. Its managing director is Thomas John Muthoot. and its tagline is Jab Zindagi Badalni Ho. Headquarter is in Kerala. Next, Prime Minister Modi addressed the 18th convocation in Tejpur, not important, and air quality management panel, again not important. So you can skip this news. So guys, this is very important things we are covering, and now we are moving to the question of the day. What is the question? What do we call the banking oriented towards the mass welfare and financial inclusion of the poor? So answer of this question is social banking. So social banking is a concept where banking services are oriented towards mass welfare and financial inclusion of the poor and vulnerable segment of the society. So this banking is known as social banking. Now we are moving to the question of the day. What is the question? Question is, what is retail banking? So guys, you have to answer me in the comment box. I am waiting your answer. What is meaning of retail banking? So you have to clearly read this like options, because these are very, very important options. So you have to tell me answer in the comment box. Please read carefully. And guys, you have to like this video, share this video, and subscribe this channel. And guys, please press this bell button, and you can also join the Telegram group so that you can receive the notification on time. And it is my personal promise that if you are watching the videos regularly and if you are reading the current affairs from the PDF, your current affairs section will go strong. You can subscribe our current affairs from our application. Application downloading link is given in the description box. You can subscribe for 1 year as well as for 2 years. And guys, you can remember we are providing 10% extra discount if you use this code ASH10. And guys, don't take life so much serious. Life is fun. Always be happy. Thank you for watching this video and take care.